whose live documentary, I'm a Person of Adora Thomas Adine. I'm right here in Tamale Technical University to have a small interview with the SRC president of Tamale Technical University. So watch out. Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning, my brother.
Okay. I'm a Person of Adora Thomas.
Okay.
Yeah. Mr. President, can you introduce yourself for us?
Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me here. My name is Abdurazak Sigrid Solomon. I'm your current SRC president for Tamale Technical University. So I think that's a little I'll share it. Yes.
So we are here to ask you some few questions. When you have been in power, what you faced and how you solved them. So please, my first question would be, what were some of the most significant challenges you faced as an SIC president, and how did you overcome them?
Okay. I want to say thank you so much for this gratitude you guys have given. For with a challenge, we had a lot. But then as a leader, one thing you must always put at the back of your mind is that going to occupy position is not just occupying, but you are there to meet challenges. You are not there to meet them and leave them there for somebody to, but it is incumbent on you to make sure that you solve them before you should complain. So I must say, there was a lot of implementation that we were willing to put up to help and facilitate the easy livelihood of students on campus. I remember the like of the implementation of the free medical care for students, the health insurance, the current avenue under the construction of the basketball court. But what I believe is that as a student leader, growing up, you must give respect to whoever is due to. Gone are the days you see SRC on streets, you see SRC president, and exchange of race and other things with authorities. So when I came, I thought of, I've seen numerous of my predecessors having come and achieving less. So I asked myself, what could be possibly the reason why these things happened, and how do I go by my own as a young leader who happens to get attain certain position like this? So I just sat through. I thought a lot of thoughts came to mind, and I picked two. One, I will never be confrontational, and then two, I will always be diplomatic. I will even use my diplomatic means of solving issues. And as a student, you can attest to what I'm saying, that I've never called upon students to hit on the street to demonstrate. But I must say, we have achieved a lot. First is free medical care for students. As we speak, all the students have access to this university hospital free of charge. We didn't demonstrate before that one came through. And I think I must say most of the gratitude goes to the school management and as well as the dean of students, particularly the vice chancellor and our dean of students. They have been very fruitful into the administration of mine. They have really been so sufficient in helping the changing the livelihood of students. So when it comes to the confrontation, what are the strategic constraints I have met? I would say that it's normal for a student leader to come and meet, and I can't purposely mention or pinpoint these are the challenges because I know what I'm talking about. But then you are there to solve issues. You are not there to complain and things like this. So those challenges that you have met, you have been able to walk through it, and today we are seeing success of SRC. So for now, I think by the grace of the good Lord, things are going well. We are trying our best. As you know, I'm left with 2 months to leave office. I'm doing my raw best to make sure I leave a Walmart legacy so that at least the students who kept me there. I remember 21st of October 2024, I promised my dear students that having attained the position as the SRC president, and it was incumbent of me, and I promised I'll be the most shameless person if at the end of the day a student sees me outside and points his or her finger at me to tell me that, Mr. President, you have failed. I think working through that have been a guideline. making sure our executors seek it well. So I think that's a little. I can't pinpoint challenge in
Yes,
this. All that I can say is a financial constraint. Because if I had enough of finance, like at least I wished I could
yes.
have do a lot. I could have done a lot. Yes.
But Mr. President, due to your campaign time,
Yeah.
you made mention of some policies like you distribute data center.
Yeah.
But when it came to power, we haven't seen it. So
Yeah.
we don't know the reason behind it. So if you
Okay,
can
thank
tell
you
us
so
this one.
much. I think this might take a country sense questioning. See, like I told you earlier, my main constraint is the financial lack. Like, the financial lack is my main constraint. And if I had adequate resources, I think I could have been able to provide all those things for students. And not disclosing, I came and met an total IGF of 1.7 million. And as we speak, we have produced 9,000 Lacoste, which accumulates 514,000 Ghana cedis out of the 1.7 million. You can do your credit calculation. We are putting up our revenue, which almost 200,000. There's other implementations and other projects are on the way. So you could see that this money is very little. And we are not even yet through. We haven't even printed log books and what other souvenirs. So if we're going to print, we chose, it was an executive council meeting, we decided that no, should we give the data set cards or we give the students the souvenirs which they have been yelling for? So then the executive council passed the resolution that let's go by the what we call the branded Lacoste. I think that one will be quite prudent than printing and giving the because when we contacted the service provider, that was Telecel MTN. But then Telecel package was quite good, but it was is it 2 gig or 5 gig per month and free call to call to students, which I thought it is rationally per the amount we were going to invest in that, it wasn't prudent as a leader to invest that kind of amount. I know student my own way I couldn't fulfill, but I do apologize for that. But then financial management, I should manage their resources very well. Should they invest in something that they're not just the kind of response that we need. So investing 500 and something thousand to take us a career, students will not get the adequate benefits they are supposed to derive from it. So I thought of since no student can boast of it's been 5 years. Oh, this is that. So many have received from SRC. I thought it's quite prudent. It's good. I print SRC souvenir. Now, as I speak, 9,000 branded Lacoste are in stock for distribution to students. So I think to me, I know my students one way or the other. It's a kind of thing I couldn't fulfill as a data SIM card, but I tried of choosing making a wise decision on their behalf. Yes.
Okay, what advice would you have for those aspiring for the positions right now? Because I can see last year they postponed the election year, the
Yeah,
election date of it.
yeah.
We were supposed to do it a certain date, but when I got there, there was some little confusion then they had postponed. So what advice would you have for the aspirants?
Well, thank you. I think during the campaign, during the brouhaha, you were monitoring. I knew what I was about, so you never saw me said that leadership is not about confrontation. If you are too confrontational, you will fail as a leader. That is very factual. So what I would tell them is that they should avoid from propaganda to their campaign. Tell the students what they are capable. Though they are semi-internal, because it's not just about campaigning to the office of the president, but after assuming office, there's a huge politics in this office. If you are not wise enough, you will you yourself and the students are all going to sin it. So they should be strategic enough. Then last year election, based on what happened, we spent 370,000, which is equivalent to old Ghana's 3.7 billion only in a manual election, which are all issues that leads to this my current financial lack, which I've been complaining of. So I think this time Students should be wise enough to determine who should be their leader. And it's not by one person sitting somewhere to decide who should be the student's leader. Let's all advocate. And those people who comes here and hey, this, at least they should be diplomatic enough. As a student, you must be intellectual enough to know that this time I'm supposed to do this. So if you are claiming you want to be a president and you are pushing the SRC and management to spend something that they are amount which would you could use for a project, you're not best fit to be a leader. So this time I think the electoral commission when they have been appointed, they also enroll out their mechanism in running the elections. So I pray for a peaceful and harmonious election. And may the God decide, the students decide who should be their next SRC president. I think myself and my colleague teams, my executive, we have done our best. Very soon, we'll be rolling out our project and we'll have a state of SRC address to tell you what we have done.
Wow.
I shall speak to you 29th onwards. We have enrolled our students into the insurance package. So I can boldly and vividly tell you that any student that even loses his or her guardian will be taken care of till he or she completes this university. So we have a lot of things we have enrolled for students who are benefit. So it's a greatest privilege for having this interview. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, thank you for your time with us.
Yeah.
This is just what we have for you.
Yeah.
I think we'll be coming next time.
Okay.
When we get more questions then.
Yeah, I think
I can't ask questions for myself.
From yourself.
I need questions from
yes. One thing I would encourage is that from time to time, come and let's have international dialogue. What's happening? What do you have this today? What do you have for this today? But the one thing I'd want to send out to the students is that if you hear something about SRC, don't keep it to yourself. Kindly reach out to the people. How my chief of staff here, Sadat, is here. You can reach out to him, ask, what is going on. If you don't want to ask the executive, I have a chief of staff here. You can ask the chief of staff of SRC or Sadat, what is going on. Refer this and this. Don't sit and mimic something out of your own. Our main constraint sometimes is our own students. We are advocating for them, inheriting enemies on behalf of them, but they also sit somewhere and be doing something else. So I will play that let's all build the country we want. Let's all build the SRC which we have been advocating for. The SRC is not the president here. SRC is the students. So please, thank you so much. I think it was the greatest honor having you guys here. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you for it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish you guys all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.